Hello my lovely ravens, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chantel and today I thought I would make a couch. Now I've tried to make a couch pattern myself and well, this is what I came up with. It's just in graphite on my sketch graph paper. But these are the cut pieces and I was just playing along with them as I went and, you know, measuring and cutting again and writing it down and that kind of thing. So I thought I'd just put it together in this video and see what it turns out to be, because I have no idea. At first I was thinking of making the chair or the couch, and then showing you and then say, let's make another one. But what's the point in that? So I'm going to take this this graph paper off because I glued it on to make my pattern, and I'm going to assemble it. So I've took all the graph paper off. The thing with this couch is that you can do it in two ways. You can have the normal side, the armrests as normal, or you can add this scroll thing. For this video, I'm going to add the scroll, and I am gonna go with this fabric that I used for the curtains in last week's video in the second floor for the book nook or reading nook or study nook or whatever nook you want to call it. Let's get started. I'm going to voice over the rest of this video and let's go. Whilst I cut some cardstock, let's take a moment to talk about the sponsor of this video, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for anyone who loves learning and wants to explore their creativity and learn new skills. Invest in yourself and connect through creativity with Skillshare. Do you have a specific skill you're trying to learn? Skillshare is the perfect place to start. From photography and illustration to graphic design, freelancing, and more, you can find classes that will match your goals and interests. It is ad-free, so you can stay in the zone whilst exploring new skills. New premium classes are launched each week, so there is always something new to discover. At some point, I would really like to write books, and specifically illustrated children's books, and Skillshare is a great place to start. And Catherine Blake has a great class on children's book illustration, Discovering Your Style. You create a style roadmap to discover where your style might fit in the illustrated book categories. This class comes with a template guide to help you along with the class. The first 1,000 people to use the link or my code DarkestRavenDesigns will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. Thanks again to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Let's put this couch together. So far I've been gluing felt to the foam board pieces. I'm using felt as it's just an easier material to come by and it's way cheaper than batting here in Australia. The glue I'm using is Fabri-Tac glue, also known as craft glue here in the land of Oz. After attaching the felt, I cut around the shapes with scissors to cut off the excess. The back of the couch has two pieces. One piece is the very back and the other piece sits at the front and can be tufted, which I will do in this case as well to make it one with the chairs. So here you can see me poking the holes where I've marked where the buttons should be. I am taking off that excess piece of paper because we simply don't need that anymore and I don't want any extra pieces inside of the couch. And here are the holes that I've just poked, and it is ready now for some upholstery fabric. Your best friend in this case would be the hot glue gun, so that is what I'm going to use here. And the fabric will be the same fabric as what I used for the curtains on the second floor for the book nook. And if you have never tried miniature upholstery, it's basically like wrapping a book or wrapping a present, because you put the glue on and then you just pull the fabric over just so that it's nice and tight over all the edges of the furniture. And that's basically it. If you want a
give this couch a go, and with that I mean building one for your own dollhouse, the link to this pattern is in the description box below. Make sure to tag me on social media to show me your creations. And this is what an upholstered piece looks like. I'm sure you all get the gist. The two cushions of this couch have each 2 layers of foam board and 2 layers of felt. It's now time to assemble the pieces. I have a bunch of these wraps presents, which are all the parts of the couch. And I am now going to glue the armrests to the couch because I need to put these scroll things on before I can continue with the upholstery. And if you're doing this with the scroll on the side, then you only need to put felt on the outside of the armrest because the inside will be covered after. Another note on the armrest and the scroll is cut to the width of the armrest from a 12-inch piece of cardstock, so scrapbook paper, and then cut to size with the slanted edge of the armrest after. So I just put the piece of the armrest against the cardstock and then cut it to size. And now I'm rolling it until I reach the connection with the armrests and then attach it with hot glue. To keep the scroll in place, I first pinch it against the armrest, then put hot glue in the scroll. I spread that out with a popsicle stick a little bit so I don't burn my fingers. Let that harden and then put more hot glue underneath the scroll on the outside, underneath where the felt is. And then I can glue the entire scroll onto the armrest. So I have 2 scrolls now, and I've cut out these little circles that go on the front and the back of the scroll, so we get rid of that rolled up cardstock. Now, before I glue this scroll or armrest part to the armrest, I am going to attach felt because at this stage it is easier to do when you have the loose pieces. So I'm just going to attach the felt with some Fabri-Tac glue and cut it to size of the scroll part, and then I can glue it onto the couch on the inside. Before I glue the scroll on, I am going to cover this side part where the felt is first with a piece of upholstery fabric, just because it is easier to reach this way. Now there are 2 ways to this couch, and if I would not put the scrolls on and the pillows in and the back in, this is what it would look like. But I'm going to put the scrolls on and this is where they go. But if you decide to not do the scrolls on this couch, you can easily decide not to. Of course, before I add the scrolls to the side of the couch, I'm going to cover them in upholstery fabric so everything is easier to reach. Once that is all done, I can finally glue these scroll parts in, and I am attaching them with hot glue. You can also use Fabri-Tac glue if you like. Getting back to the upholstery now, because we need to assemble this couch. I put a needle through the hole at the back, or one of the holes through the back, until I have just a little strand left at the back. Then put a bead on, put it back through the same hole, put a knot in the back and attach it with some hot glue. And that is it. You just continue that until you're done with all the buttons, or beads in this case. Now, of course, this couch needs some legs or a base. And in this case, I want to go for a base. I saw Era from Penthouse Minis do a pleated base for her leather couches in her Beetlejuice waiting room. So I thought maybe I can do some pleating here as well. Man, that takes a lot of time and effort and work and burnt fingers, because with hot glue it's going back and forth with the pleating. It's not easy. But I'm building up the base. It's about 1 centimeter width of these strips, and just attaching them with hot glue before I put the fabric pleating on. Of course, instead of the pleated base, you can also add legs to this couch. That is an option as well. Maybe I should have pleated this fabric before I put it on, but you know, hindsight always. Anyway, this is the process of me going back and forth with that pleating. So you go back and you glue it, you go forth and you glue it, and so on and so on. Anyway, it took a lot of time, and I do like the result. And now it is time to assemble the couch and glue everything together, and also add some finishing touches. So I am applying some hot glue to that backing of the couch. It's kind of smoky, but there we go. Putting that into place and giving it its final spot. And the same for the cushions as well. With miniature upholstery, it is nice to give it some trimmings where 2 parts meet. So where these 2 parts of the backing of the couch meet, I am putting some black rope. I think it's some kind of macrame rope that I had, or hemp cord that I had on a little card, and I'm just attaching that with hot glue. That same cord I also put around the base, and let's have a look at what this final couch looks like inside the diorama. And this is it for the couch. I hope you enjoyed this build. I absolutely love how it turned out, and it's so rewarding to see your own pattern take shape. The couch will eventually be on the ground floor, but I just wanted to show you the couch in the better lighting on the 2nd floor. I really hope to finish the common room this month, but there's still a lot to be done. Thanks again to Skillshare for sponsoring this video, and all my social media can be found in the description box below. If you're new here, welcome. Don't forget to hit that subscribe and bell notification button so you don't miss out on any future videos, and of course, become part of the Raven family. Thanks so much for watching, stay safe, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!